Welcome to Simma's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making purple asparagus pasta primavera. Hi guys, welcome to Simma's Kitchen. We are going to be cooking today. We're going to be cooking a very special meal. We have all the ingredients out. Got my pasta, the water boiling. Today we're going to be making purple asparagus pasta primavera. Yes, that is right. Purple asparagus. What is purple asparagus? Well, it's just asparagus that's purple. It's nothing that fancy, but it it sounds fancy, right? And we're going to add into it vegetables and bocconcini. So we have everything here, all the ingredients here. So our first step, what I will be doing is chopping up my vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to get my nice slicing knife out, chopping up all the vegetables and making them into a nice diced enough but not too diced. I like them kind of medium dice, so it depends on what kind of dicing you like. I like them somewhere in between. Hold on, I'll show you how I like them. So I first just chop them up like so, and then I take them and I chop them in halves and stick them in. And we're going to start cooking these in a minute. Once I have all my vegetables in, then I'll turn the oven on with just a little bit of olive oil. Sometimes I like them to cut into fours, so they're nice and small, like so. Takes a bit of work. So anyway, I'm going to be chopping up all those. Then what I'm going to be doing is taking my tomatoes and cutting them into halves. So sometimes they squirt all over. Let's see my tomatoes. They're juicy tomatoes. Okay, and I'll chop those all up. Then I will also be adding in my snap peas. So make sure you take the ends off those, and I'll add those in too. Okay, so I'll also be adding in some garlic. These are my garlic here. I chop them into tiny little pieces. I like thick garlic. I'm like all about the garlic. The more the better. Okay. The more garlicky the better. Okay. And then, of course, my asparagus, as my friend calls it. She calls it asparagus. Would you like to have some asparagus? And so what I'll do with my purple asparagus is just cut it like so. You can use the thicker pieces, why not? I use most of it. Maybe the very end of the asparagus I don't use. Oh, I won't use that part. Put that to the side. Those pieces will be alright. So while I have my water boiling, I'm preparing the vegetables. So it's a 20-minute meal, quick and easy. So I'll turn my oven on. I got them up on a 4 just to make sure that it's simmering, and I'll add a little bit of water and a little bit of oil. A little bit of water and a little bit of oil makes it amazing. So yeah, and to make it easier when I'm cutting my asparagus, I just take the whole bunch of them and just cut them all at once. Makes it very simple. So I cut all that at once. Just take the whole batch of asparagus and just chop them right up. add them in. Okay, and the ends, we don't really need them. And of course, I always snack while I'm... The other trick with these is you can stack these up too. Cut them into 4s if they don't explode on you. Just like try 2 and then stick them in. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so you want to get all your vegetables in and add a little bit of water. A little bit of water to my pan so that it's not dry. And then you just make sure that they start simmering. Simmer away, my lovely. So then what I want to do, once this is all made, once this is all cooked, I'm going to add my pasta in soon because it's almost boiling. So then I'll add the pasta and let it cook. And then once this is all finished, then we add the spices. So to add the spices, I have a mixture of different spices to add to it. So right here are my spices, or flavor, I would say. So I'm going to add in my flavor. So this right here is some pesto sauce, sun-dried tomato pesto. This is a combination sauce with a, so the ingredients to this special sauce right here is salt, garlic, sugar, a bit of sugar, red bell pepper, vinegar, powder, green bell pepper, sunflower, and paprika and turmeric, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Okay, and then this is the bocconcini. I'm going to chop this one up. And this is my sun-dried tomato mix. And I'm going to, this is the spice blend that I'm going to be putting into. So, yeah, so I'm going to be putting this in after everything's cooked. Okay, so let me just do some more chopping here. So I'm going to be taking my parsley. It's always nice to have fresh parsley, you know. I'm just taking off the ends and sticking it in my saucepan. Taking off the ends, put that in my green bin. There we go. Yeah, so you just take off these ends, stick those there, and just keep on cooking away. And once it's all cooked, and you need to cook it for till you can get a good smell, so you make sure that you're stirring it. I just use my whatever utensils available to stir it. Let's get a good view of that. Okay. You can tell it's ready by the smell and just by the way it looks, and you can taste a little bit too. So the pasta is almost ready to boil. It's almost boiling, so now I'm going to add the pasta in. So what do? I take my pasta, so these are like the thinner pastas, break them in half like that, and then stick them in the pot. So take them in half, stick them in the pot, break them in half, stick them in the pot, like so. I actually add a little bit of olive oil, just to make sure, and a little bit of Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt is really good for you. Has some really good things to the Himalayan salt, so I'll just put that in. I like to add that to everything. And so I'm just going to finish chopping up my vegetables and make sure that all the pasta is in for a good cook. You want to cook your pasta till it's nice and ready. If you need to, you can set a timer for your pasta. cooking times for pasta usually range from 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how high you have it, what kind of stove you have, but you probably know your stove better than I do. So make sure I finish putting all my vegetables and putting the ends in the green bin. Okay, so once all your vegetables are in and they're cooking and everything is finished, you're going to find a bowl to mix it all into. Preferably a glass bowl, because plastic is not ideal. I think I do have a glass bowl somewhere. Here it is, my glass bowl. Put it in my glass bowl. Make sure your glass bowl is nice and clean. I'll rinse that out. Okay, and I'll finish up with all that. So pretty much once you're done, once your vegetables are done, once your pasta is done, you will mix all your vegetables and with your pasta with all the spices that you have. This makes a wonderful meal with a glass of white wine. And so this is a vegetarian meal that I'm making. I mostly eat vegetarian, although my son loves his meat, so he definitely gets his meat in, although I don't cook meat at all. Sometimes I make him chicken, that's about it, or I do make fish. I'm not a vegan, I'm just mostly vegetarian. So once you're finished with those, I can smell that it smells really, really good now. It's starting to smell. All the vegetables are cooking, and I can smell the spices. The parsley smells so good. You can see because it turns like a nice, like white, like a more greenish color when it's cooking. It's really nice. And the pasta is cooking. You want to make sure that the pasta has enough, is up high enough so that you want to cook it on full, as high as possible, so it's boiling. So once we're done with all that, then we mix all the ingredients together. So this sun-dried tomato pesto sauce is really nice. It smells really strong. Sun-dried tomatoes. And this is a mixture. It's really great. So it's great because you can put a bit of butter in if you want to. I use a bit of salt, Himalayan salt. But mostly your dish is almost done. Once everything's boiled, the last phase is mixing it all together. So we'll come back for that. I'll show you how to mix it, and then we'll give some to Morocco to see how he likes it. So once the vegetables are done, you transfer them to the bowl. And then once the pasta is done, you strain it and then transfer it to the bowl as well. And then we're going to mix in our spices, our other ingredients. So I put the pasta in and the vegetables, and you just mix them all together. Make sure your stove's turned off. You want to make sure they're all mixed evenly together. Okay, so mix all your vegetables and your pasta together. And then, once that's all mixed together, then you can add your other ingredients, which are your spices, which is the blend of garlic, salt, red pepper, vinegar powder, green bell pepper. And then you want to mix in your, it's like a sauce, like it tastes a little bit like a tomato sauce mixed with a little bit of It's a special sauce that I got from the store. So you want to mix that in. It's a little bit tomatoey. You can try different sauces that you might have, like even maybe some salad dressing sauces, just a little bit. You want to mix that in. Then I want to put my pesto sauce in. So I'll use the end of my spoon for that because it's stuck. Pesto tomato, sun-dried tomato sauce. This will make it taste so yummy. Okay. Oh, you should see it. It looks really delicious. And then the last ingredients is your bocconcini. The mini bocconcinis. You want to mix them around. And voila! My masterpiece is done. Look how beautiful that looks. Time to eat up. Doesn't that look delicious? I think it looks fantabulous. Well, thanks for joining me in Simma's kitchen, and make sure to like, comment, share. Follow me again, and make sure you comment below if you like this recipe and what your thoughts are about it. All right, we'll chat with you soon. Try it to see if it tastes any good. It looks delicious. Oh my gosh, so good. Especially the bocconcini. The flavoring is delicious. It's like a perfect flavoring.